The Supreme Court is getting ready to rule on several major cases this week, including one that considers the legality of President Trump firing the federal trade commissioner and a redistricting case in Louisiana. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman is here to break it all down for us. Katrina, good to see you. So what are you looking for when these rulings come out?
I mean, the main case I'll be looking for tomorrow is that redistricting case. It's Louisiana versus Calais, and it has the potential for a really big impact, Vlad. The justices could overturn Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which prohibits racial discrimination in voting. So while this is a Louisiana case, it could impact the whole nation. It could impact the midterms and future elections. There are also the cases with Lisa Cook and Rebecca Slaughter. That's about whether the president can remove members of independent agencies without cause. So also about the scope of presidential power. And then there's one on transgender athletes, whether transgender girls and women can play in female sports. So I think those are the big ones, but also it's possible those won't even come out till the end of the term. But we'll be watching tomorrow to see if they make this decision.
So, Katrina, the Supreme Court is famously closeted, famously quiet, famously secret. And there's another new element we're following now. Leaked Supreme Court memos published by the New York Times revealing justices created a shadow document for secret rulings. Now, I think a lot of people thought that there probably are conversations in the background in the shadows that we don't know about. Can you tell us what is going on here and what this controversy is about? Yeah,
well, so for one, the shadow docket is basically when the court makes these decisions in the shadows. We don't see the arguments. It's cases where they basically intervene. They release this very short decision. It's a line, it's a paragraph, it's temporary, it's unsigned, but it's before a case is actually heard on the merits with arguments in the court. And it's become used increasingly. What the New York Times obtained is really interesting documentation of an inflection point for using the shadow docket. It's from 2016. It was about President Obama's power plan, and Chief Justice Roberts decided that he thought they should issue a stay to block it. It had not been done in this way before that on a question of nationwide implications without anything going through the lower courts yet. So we see this back and forth between the justices where Justice Breyer calls it unusual. Justice Kagan says that it gives her pause. But Chief Justice Roberts really pushes for them to do this. And since that point in 2016, we've seen the court ramping up the usage of the shadow docket to the point where I think it's been used 34 times during the Trump administration already. And the issue here is that the public isn't seeing how the court is making the decision, and it could potentially undermine the credibility of the court.
Yeah, I think that's the key point there, which is, you know, the American people deserve to know how these things are being decided. And in this particular case, the New York Times uncovers evidence that they're not being transparent with the American people.
Any doubt about the court proceedings creates weakness in the court.
Exactly right. Katrina, as always, great to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.